And here is the BP Ultimate Grid for race 2, and it's John McIntyre on pole again alongside Kane Scott. Big pass on Craig Baird in the last race, and there is Beto on row 2 alongside Tim Edgell.
Row 3 made up. There's that first Commodore again, Andy Booth. Andy Knight beside him. Row 4, Paul Manuel in the Falcon. John Penny. Row 2 takes up row 4, sorry.
You shake when you say that.
I do.
Anderson and Whelan. Booth sick of being first Commodore 2. Proctor and Pedersen 11 and 12 on the grid.
Hayden McKenzie, Angus Fogg, two guys having a bit of a tough weekend. Foggy was was struggling a lot in the first race. We'll see what he can do in this one.
Lockwood and Bell there. Then Kevin Williams and Simon Richards. Behind them as we get there, the back of the grid, Nick Ross and Darren Henderson. Trouble for him in race 1 as well.
Dave Stewart, David Hopper make up the 10th row.
Then John Hepburn, Shannon Coker as we get near the back of the grid for race 2. Christina Orr, big mechanical problems for her, and Dale Williams blew the back diff. Michael Bristow, the back end challenge. Kane Scott.
Now Kane will be looking to upset the apple cart here big time, because he's got
nothing to lose,
he hasn't been backwards and coming forwards and saying that his season has not been a good one. He hasn't had a race win. It'll be the first time in a long time that he hasn't had a race win. They're all banked right up. Johnny Mac slows them right down.
Lights are out
for the jump.
And we go heading towards turn 1.
On the inside. Scott's going to go down the outside here and see if he can stay around the outside of Johnny Mac's car. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Beardo's going to try to slot into get an opportunity, which he does do.
No, Jet guys. Still got to rewind. More dust than anything else.
Oh, Hopper's going through the dirt.
Now what's happening further afield up front, guys? No, line of stern, first, second and third as they started.
I tell you, Andy Booth, massive twitch going into turn 1 as well. That was just a big close your eyes and dive.
Yep, and he's well attuned to having to do those manoeuvres.
This is the battle I've been looking forward to for this race, is these two guys out front. I don't think Craig Baird's got the car speed. He's also trying to go for the championship. We know Kane Scott, as soon as he got rid of Craig in race 1, he was a second lap quicker. What can he do with Johnny McIntyre?
Yeah, it'll be a big test on, as we discussed in the first race, who's sort of done what to set their cars up to do what, and benefit on the early laps or the latter laps. Now look at Kane Scott. He is very, very racy and very aggressive to start around the outside. He's going to try and switch back, I'd imagine, to get the inside run. We get the camera view, but Johnny Mac, he's not silly. He knows what he's doing.
Doesn't look like a whole lot of grip on the outside there too.
Well, it's not the line. It's not where the cars usually run, and that's not the line that these guys take. So generally, it's not going to have a lot of grip out there. Edgell looking at Baird, Scott putting the pressure on.
Guys, Scott's in the box seat. He has nothing to lose in this. Johnny McIntyre has to win in the hope that Craig Baird falters somewhere.
Well, there's a punch. There's a punch on the backside there by Scotty.
Here I come. Is he going to get down the inside?
He doesn't care. He's not interested in championships. Couldn't care less about it, as you said, Morgan. And Johnny Mac has to really think about what he's going to do here.
That's great. It's like, hey, g'day, Johnny, on the car with the number 1 on it. Remember me?
Well, Johnny wouldn't really care about that either, I don't think. Bit of dust on the circuit from that first corner, first lap incident. A lot of dirt there. That is not a good way to go into turn 2, blind.
Tell you, Mark's fence post didn't help there, did they?
Wrong side. Here we go.
You couldn't see him, that's why.
No. Well, Andrew Anderson just
everyone's propped in the middle of that corner.
Oh, here we go.
Henderson and
Hayden McKenzie.
Where's that, Mork? What part of the track is that?
It's somewhere where it's dusty.
Yeah, look, dusted plenty here, but
out of turn 7, is it? No.
Here we go. Here's another look at
Turn 2.
it. Hayden McKenzie ducking down inside.
Oh,
catches up with Henderson.
Right into the side of Henderson.
It was a pretty ambitious move, guys, at the best of times, wasn't it? Guys, scanning across the monitor, these 4 guys are 1.2 seconds quicker than 5th place downwards. But here we go. Kane Scott, long way out. Big lock up.
He did well.
Now, what's Baird going to do here, guys?
Exactly.
Nothing.
Well, he wasn't probably close enough, but that lockup could be a big issue, as we discussed in the first race about oh, he's backed off. No, wasn't a lockup.
Mechanical.
That is a mechanical issue. He's dropped back considerably.
Now, has he dropped back because of the flat spot? Maybe he thinks there's a problem, but it could actually be the tyre hitting, like we know.
We'll find out here in the next couple of corners. He's slotted in behind Craig Baird, which is...
The whisper we're hearing is that wasn't a lockup. He may have a problem, and this is just heartbreak for Kane Scott. He's had so much bad luck mechanically this season.
Sorry, Sean, if that's got a problem, it's disguising itself well, because he's still pressing on. what happens with a flat spot, the tyre, instead of being round, actually has like an oval flat on it. And when you're doing 240 kilometres an hour, the vibration through the car is unbelievable.
Horrific,
Yeah, and maybe he's picked it up and maybe think it could be a rotor or something else. He's gone down the back straight. He's gone through 3 or 4 sequence of corners. He knows that car is nowhere near as bad as he thinks. Time to press on again.
The car sounds all right with the audio. Time will tell. Up on the rev limiter there, so he's still pushing the engine hard. There's no other visual sign of a problem there. And if it was that tyre and he did back off because of the feeling within the car, he'll be kicking himself right now.
We're about to find out, Greg, because we're coming up to the same corner again, and if it has got a lock-up, then we're going to see it because it's going to pick it up again.
Yeah. Listen, I don't think there's much going on there. I think you've picked it really well, Morgan. He's gone in there, probably didn't realise he locked up a wheel, and then he's got onto the back straight and had a big thump going on.
Interesting. You see his line. He's taken the more conservative line, which means you're driving straight up to the corner as around the corner. That helps the tyre, the inside tyre, from unloading. Will stop it from locking up.
Well, Foggy there, he did definitely lock a wheel, very late and very wide into 11 that time round. Tell you what, who's doing a good job is John Penny, sitting up there in 6th position. He's done well to stay inside the top 10, very, very consistent.
This is Angus Fogg chasing Andy Knight, another one of the big movers. The other thing too, boys, obviously you've got a flat spot. Next time you stop hard, the tyre wants to stop on that flat spot.
Absolutely.
It's worse and worse.
Well, potentially it can. So the idea is to try and keep as much weight as you can on that tyre in the braking area. So you do have to change your style and maybe the entry to some of these corners when you do get on the brakes. Knight goes down narrow. I don't really think you needed to block Fogg too much there, but he did.
Well, actually behind this is another car, Paul Manuel. So he's probably the one reason why he's Knight's coming across the...
And we've missed the pass. Kane Scott's got back ahead of Craig Baird as well. So that has happened somewhere while we were watching this great battle going on. Craig Baird's got a problem.
No, I don't think he has. I think he's going for championship.
He's got a championship to win, I think.
He made it very clear that if anybody's quicker than him, he'll consolidate that place to a certain extent. And then he did say, gloves off, fair game for the reverse grid.
Yeah, we're going to hold him to that one.
Well, maybe you're right there. He's just gone, there's a huge gap. We're way, way faster than the guys 5th and back. I'll just sit back and relax and enjoy the ride to the checkered flag on this one, which has given this guy another clear gap and a good chance at another victory.
Johnny Mack leading from Kane Scott, Craig Baird dropping back, obviously playing caution. But in this series, can you afford that, guys? Because the fact is,
at the moment, Craig Baird can, because he's got to finish. You said 9th, and so 9th as Fogg goes down the inside of Knight.
2, 1, 2. No, it's not going to.
This is bad. This is bad.
Yeah. Oh, guys.
Knight was down the inside of Anderson, and they come out. I think Fogg's going to lose to Manuel here, but Knight was down the inside of Anderson. Fogg goes down the inside of both of them. That was a recipe for disaster, but they've managed to get away with that pretty well.
I tell you, that tyre bundle was coming up very quickly, and it twitched at the back, didn't it? Look at that.
Andy's seen Fogg coming. He's dived to the inside of Andrew Anderson, who was really the innocent party in that one.
And they all make it through.
They all get away with it. So that was, that was not looking good.
Tell you, when he lost that rear,
he missed those tyres too, which was pretty good. I don't think this battle's over. Manuel, the switch it man. He's
the switch it man
sitting in 9th. Has dropped a couple of spots. Obviously caused probably by that first lap ruckus down at turn 1-2. But it'll be interesting to talk to him later actually and see how his weekend is transpiring as far as he's concerned with the way that Falcon feels.
Yes, if you've just joined us, Paul Manuel, he's been a Holden man for over a decade. He's having a bit of a trial separation this weekend. He's trying out a Falcon just to see if...
John Penny, big lock up. Now, Ed Pennison's going to look to take advantage of this. How's that going to work out? He saw the opportunity, wasn't quite close enough. A lot of people having problems into turn 11, Mark.
Yeah, it just sucks you up. It does. You just come in there.
You can actually look at this. Sorry to interrupt, but that little manoeuvre cost Ant Pedersen a lot of ground, and gave Andy Knight a bit of a sniff at having a manoeuvre there. So not sure what came away from that, but starting the last lap, Johnny Mack well under control. Kane Scott not far behind in second place, but I don't think he's got an answer for the protector safety Castrol Edge Falcon.
Yep, well here we are. Johnny Mack leads from Kane Scott. Kane desperate to get that first win of the season, but it's further back where all eyes should be, because Tim Edgell...
Sorry, can I interrupt? I was just talking to Craig Beard a little bit earlier, and he said that if he wins this championship today, wins both championships, he's going to dedicate these 2 wins to a great friend of his, and actually a guy that I know very well too, and I used to look up to when I was racing karts, Ray Hart, who's having a struggle with his health at the moment. And Craig saw him at Manfield the other week. Ray Hart was a god in a go-kart, in a karting. When Craig and I were racing, we used to look up to Ray. You know, had the capabilities of being world champion karter, used to race overseas, and was an inspiration to many, many karters. And Craig wanted to, if we got the opportunity, to talk about that and dedicate his weekend, his 2 championship wins, to Ray Hart, which I think was an unbelievable thing to say.
If that is a great gesture there. Nice word from yourself, and a great gesture from Craig Baird. He's in 4th for the race, but he's done everything he needs to do, everything right as he comes round. Johnny Mack's going to take the checkered flag first, but it's Craig Baird. He hasn't had as many race wins this year as Johnny McIntyre, but he's got the results that he's needed, and he is set to wrap up the BNT V8 championship. Here he comes, Craig Baird.
That's 2 championships today, Sean, and that, you know, that really got to take our hat off to him. There's Gary Pedersen. He's a bit emotional. There's absolutely no doubt about that, and so he should be. What a great effort by Beardo. You know, congratulations to do 2 championships, 2 completely different cars, and come out and perform the way he has. You know, that is testament to the man and his ability.
And so there are the results from the race. Johnny McIntyre takes the victory, but it wasn't enough to take the championship off Craig Baird. He came into this round looking very good, and he's done it. Andy Booth, he's sick of it being said, but he was top holding again ahead of local man John Penny. Eddie Bell wrapping up the top 10.